If I was confronted by the married man's wife, I would give her examples of the things that he said to me, such as, I love you, I don't love my wife, I want to be with you, you are my dream.
If his wife was meeting his needs at home sexually, I really doubt that he would be in my bed when he is.
They're just there for the taking.
She's allowing him to just run him up.
What I wanted to say to the married man's wife was, obviously you're not taking care of him at home. You need to do what you gotta do, or he wouldn't be looking. So wake up, smell the coffee.
In my particular situation, the wife is using the children as a buffer, and the intimacy level has dropped off considerably. And that would be like saying her withholding intimacy is not right.
Who are you to be grading some guy's wife's paper? Who
I'm not.
are you to be passing judgment on her and what's going on? You don't know what happens behind closed doors.
You're right, I don't. And it's not my concern. After spending many, many months after my marriage fell apart, figuring it all out, I was 50% responsible for my marriage falling apart, and my husband was 50% responsible.
My married man's wife is the complete opposite of me, complete opposite.
So is my married man. She's a lot older than him. I'm full life, bouncy. She's not.
Exactly.
I'm the total opposite. And I don't know if that's what attracted him to me.
Don't you worry that if he did leave and he went with you, and okay, now you've got 3 kids, so every other weekend they're coming, or you know, blah, 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 all of that going on, and now you're sharing time, space, energy, money, efforts, all of that, then how many times do you think you go out and get in the back seat?
We probably
How many
wouldn't have
times do you think
time
you would have that
to-
amazing kiss that just left you just tingling to your fingertips?
I understand.
That night you wanted to do it again when you got in the driveway, right? But somebody else was there.
Well, no, my phone was just blowing up, and it was my ex-husband wondering where I was at.
So you were ready to go again.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's been, definitely the sexual part of it, but it's been a lot emotional too. But yeah, and I know, and I've thought that through, that, and there are times whenever I felt like he's been close to leaving, although I know now, the pattern, the vicious cycle. I told my married man, I said, the only way I feel like you're ever going to do anything is if you get caught, she kicks you out, and then what am I? The consolation prize. Not going to be the consolation prize.
You are the consolation
but I'm letting
prize.
myself be the side dish.
You think you're the only affair he's had?
He led me to believe that he had never been unfaithful ever in his marriage.
Are you the only one in?
Absolutely not. He told me how many affairs he had had. It still didn't register. It didn't register.
You think you're special, don't you? I do too.
I did. I thought it was special, and I thought I was it. And even though he told me he had an affair for 10 years before that, and then a little brief one before that, or probably stragglers in between, but when you're in that moment, you don't think about that. You don't think about anything.
What do you think about it now that we're talking about it in the bright light of day? I mean,
that
you're
I was-
the current
that
affair.
I was a gullible son of a gun. That how I could lower myself to such a standard.
But she still went to a website looking for married men.
And not think good of myself, because I didn't.
And you've walked up on yours with a 21-year-old, right?
Yes, yes.
So you're under no delusion
Oh, no,
that you're
no.
that you're it, right?
No, he's a playboy. I'm sure he has several women. That's why I rarely see him at this point.
Did it bother you when you saw him with that 21-year-old?
It was more embarrassing because I had one of my best friends with me, and it was on Valentine's Day. So yeah, it was more embarrassing than anything.
Are you the only one?
I don't know.
You're Fridays,
Not every Friday.
but you're on Fridays. It's always
Yes.
Friday, right? So he could have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday. You don't know.
I don't know, but I think that he doesn't because he's very
married.
involved with his kids.
Hi.
Hi.
DrPhil.
Sue. Nice to
Sue?
meet you. Hi. Dana.
Dana, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You guys have been watching the entire show, right?
Yep.
From monitors backstage. What do y'all think about what you've been watching? What you've been hearing?
I mean, you sat there and said it's 50% the wife's fault.
No, it's not.
I
It's
don't
50%
think so.
the
I
other
don't think
woman's
so.
fault.
Yeah,
It's
it's
50%
the other
the
woman and the-
husband, 50% the other woman.
Why would you go do that to another woman?
I didn't go do it to another woman.
But you're having an affair with a married man, right?
I realize that. I realize I'm doing that to another woman. I'm not proud of it.
If you know he's married, he's off limits, dude. Hey, you're married. You're off limits. Get back. Go away.
We had a great marriage, and he threw it all away over a 25-year-old girl who doesn't even speak English.
Well, and I've always worked with men. Always worked with men. I get along better with men than women, and I have never, ever thought about cheating on my husband.
Not every single marriage is a true, sacred, respectable on both ends. And
what's
this
your point?
situation, no, what I'm saying is, some people have open marriages. So if a woman allows her husband,
His wife doesn't think she's in
well,
one.
if she, no, I think she's not naive.
But if he has an open marriage or not, do you want to be involved in
No,
that?
I don't. That's why I'm
okay,
trying to-
so
that's
then
why I'm trying to distance
walk
myself.
away.
That's what
Just
I'm
walk
trying
away.
to
You
do
don't.
right
Do you
now.
want to be the one that's screwing up their
No,
marriage?
I mean, of course not.
Now, you can dress it up with all the psychobabble you want. You can give it all of the spin that you want. But the bottom line is, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's lying. It's deceiving. And it's all because it makes you feel good at the time. It makes you feel good at the time. And there's so much immaturity that you say, you know what? This isn't right, but I don't care because I'm selfish and this is about me and it feels good right now. So the hell with the kids, the hell with the wives, the hell with the husband. It feels good to me now. It's my turn. Screw them. I mean, you dress it up what you want, but I mean, bottom line, it's not quite as noble as we're all describing it here.
I know what goes on inside the mind of a mistress. Since my 20s and into my 30s, I was living as a mistress. I've had affairs with married men. Some of them were high profile, some of them were celebrities. When I found out that they were married, it didn't really bother me. I met a man who I fell completely in love with. He was very sweet to me. He made me feel so special. For such a busy guy, he always found so much time for me, and it was very intoxicating. He told me that he was unhappily married. He was planning to move out. He was sleeping in the spare room. It was a roller coaster ride for 2.5 years, and it absolutely crucified me how it ended. It was so awful. I wanted to take my own life. As the other woman, you're cast aside. It's almost like you don't matter. He's stringing you along and lying to you, and then when it comes to an end, it's like you didn't matter. You were just used by him. When I was lucky enough to come on the show previously, DrPhil said something that really resonated with me.
I have said chapter and verse, the man that makes the decision to violate the covenant and tell lies, that does not give you a free pass.
Through being on the DrPhil show, I've really taken accountability for my actions. I had to help other women. I was compelled not only to have them live in the truth and realize that having an affair with a man who's married comes to nothing, but I didn't want them to go through the immense pain I was feeling. I'm determined not to let anybody treat me badly anymore.
You've been watching and seeing what's going on with these 4 women. Having been in the same situation in one way or another, every situation is different. Everything has a different element to it. Do these women need to get out?
Oh my God, run, don't walk, run, get out, get out, get out. That's my message, please get out.
I've said many, many times, the difference between winners and losers is winners do things losers just don't want to do. Winners do things losers just don't have the energy, the commitment to get up and do. Because you've got to make a decision. If I want what I want, I got to do what I have to do to get it. Now, if your marriage is dead and it's over, I'm sorry. I don't know if it is or it should be, or if you did what you needed to do to earn your right to get out of it. But if it's over and you ever want to have a fully functioning life again, then you're going to have to quit being a second fiddle to some guy that is blowing smoke up your and telling you what you want to hear and going home and telling her what she wants to hear. And that's exactly what Sarah's saying.
And all of you I see are making sort of excuses and lies, not only for him, but for your own behavior.
I'm not making excuses.
It just rots you to your core and you end up with nothing in the end.
My wife had an affair. I felt deceived. I felt cheated. I felt used. Completely blindsided. I was checking my emails and I clicked on my user screen and up popped a screen name that I didn't recognize. It happened to be my wife's emails to her lover. When I read that email, I was very, very angry and upset and cried. I called her up. I told her I found out that you're having an affair. I said, you better come home and talk to me. She was scared to death. I didn't see her for 2 days. She thought I was gonna kill her. Beth told me she had to see doctors. Come to find out that she wasn't doing that. She was actually going out on her rendezvous with her lover. She lied to me many, many, many times. I found out who the other man was by tricking my wife. She gave me the guy's name, went over there and talked to his wife and told him what was going on, and he came out and told me I had no right being there. My wife blamed me for breaking the two of them up. It was my fault that they didn't get a chance to say their goodbyes. What gives her the right to have a lover and say goodbye? You know, it's very hard to trust someone after what she did. We don't make love. We argue constantly. My heart's still broken. No way I can take another affair.
Your husband is here.
Yes.
I want him to join us. I want to talk to him in this group right now. Rich, Dr. Phil.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Good.
Good to meet you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, I got a problem with this at many different levels, but we can talk about that in a minute to maybe kind of create a bit of a to-do list. Why are you still with her when she's done what she's done?
I still love her. She's my wife. I've been with her for 16 years, known her for 17 years. She's the mother of my child, and I still love her. And I still want this marriage to work.
You do want it to work.
Yes, I do.
Do you want it to work because she started slipping away, or do you want it to work because you really love her? Because sometimes men can be like a dog with a bone. It's like the bone can lay in the backyard and the dog doesn't even look at it till another dog comes in and pays attention to it, and now the dog's willing to fight to the death to protect that bone. Because she says that the fire had gone out in this marriage, that you spent so much time belittling her and putting her down that it didn't sound very loving. Did that change? Did you get a wake-up call by what she did, or is she just saying that to justify her bad choices?
That's an excuse. I don't know where the fire went to. If the fire went away, it's not just my fault. She's part of the marriage too. Mm-hmm. If she had to go somewhere else and find something else, then it's a two-way street.
I feel like we really drilled down today with the mistresses, but I wonder if after leaving my stage, anything really resonated with them. Let's see what happened once they left the studio.
When DrPhil said I'm better than that, I knew that, which is another reason why I've been putting that distance up with the married man. Hi, it's my first day back from my DrPhil appearance, and it's been interesting. I did make a conscious decision to cut things off completely with my married man. So I did send him a text message. And I said, if you do care about what's best for me, then please let's permanently leave this alone so that I can be with a man who is fully available for me.
I know what my fault is. I know what it is. I know that I'm 100% responsible for my actions, and I understand that society and even me would say that my actions are wrong. I understand that, but I'm not a changed woman. I know that I'm either gonna get my heart broken or I am going to find somebody that I wanna give my time to. Right now, I haven't found him.
When DrPhil said that women that have affairs are selfish, only think about themselves and don't care about their kids, I can partially agree with that because I have put my children aside. When this affair started, I dropped them down a notch and put the married man above them.
I feel that I've learned a lot since the DrPhil show, but I'm still stuck and haven't gotten completely to a point where I'm free of it.
I am excited to go from this day forward with my husband, because when we walked off that set today, he looked at me like he hadn't looked at me in years. And I knew there was a little hope there that maybe we could make this work a little bit, that we'd both be on the same page going forward.
Hi, I'm just checking in. We've attended 4 counseling sessions, and we seem to be a lot better than we were before we were at the show. We're doing a lot of things together. We're talking, we're sharing. So things are looking up. It's a lot brighter picture than it was before we went on the show. So again, thank you. Thank you for all your help.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.